Now, it's showtime.
It's the end of April 2024, and it's a beautiful spring day here in Skennick, Pennsylvania. And today, we are going to troubleshoot an air conditioner condenser unit. It's a small one for a row house. And we even have a parking spot here. So here's the unit in question. And the problem is that the fan won't start unless the homeowner comes out here and sticks something in here and starts the fan up. Once the fan starts, it keeps turning. So today, we're going to replace the start capacitor. I have my own cameraman. Actually, I have a female cameraman, so she's just the camera thing. And before you start any work on one of these compressors or even look at it, you want to kill your power. In this case, the power is right next to it. That kills it. The homeowner has appeared. Now these start capacitors act like a battery, and they hold a charge. In this case, it will hold whatever charge goes into that condenser unit, either 120 or 240 volts. So before you touch the one that's in the machine, you want to short it out. Now I'm going to use this drill bit to short it. You should always use something that insulates you from the capacitor. Now the homeowner had an outfit named IT Landis come out here. It was $99 for them to show up at the door. And he told her she needs a new motor. And that was it. And charged her $89 for that. So it was $188 for him to say, oh, you need a new motor. And by the way, the motor, if you want me to come back and put it in, is $1,700. But he advised her not to invest the $1,700 into the motor, that she should have the entire system replaced. Now this is marked fan, common, and herm. Herm is the hermetically sealed compressor, and obviously this goes to the fan. Okay, yellow is herm, and brown is fan. And then we have red and purple on the common. Purple goes to the fan. And it was loose. Okay, we're about to test the unit by pushing in the contactor. Can I get a go on the contactor?
Okay, all flight controllers, go, no go. Retro, go. Fido, go. Guidance, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go.
Okay, we're go. I'm not going to touch it with my finger. So I guess it needs a new motor. These Lion HVAC guys. One of the reasons the technician, the so-called technician from IT Landis, said not to invest the $1,700 into the motor was because the unit was in terrible condition. Well, it doesn't look like it's in terrible condition to me. It looks like it needs a cleaning with the garden hose. I bought this stuff to clean the coils, so Let's see how good it works. I'm shaking it, but it's like, it must be really full, because it doesn't feel like anything's shaking. Back here it sucks all the dust up. Now for the big test, we'll go in the house and turn on the air conditioner, and then I'll get my pay. One Wawa hoagie. Anything flashing on there? Sometimes there's a delay.
Oh, it usually takes a second.
Oh, I hear it. And now for my pay. Will it be $99 plus $89? No, it will be one Wawa hoagie. Now let's pretend that I'm an HVAC technician and I work for IT Landis. I've charged the customer $99 to come out to the house, and I'm going to charge the customer another $89 to visually diagnose the air conditioner. You heard that right, to visually diagnose it without using any tools. So I'm visually diagnosing this capacitor. It's a 2-section. There's a 30 and a 5. Now we are interested in the 5 microfarad side that goes to the fan, because the fan's not working. Now I can understand if the technician didn't pick up on this, but this capacitor is swollen. And unlike the technician from IT Landis, I have some tools. Technicians, HVAC technicians, never carry any kind of meters or tools with them. They just diagnose things with their eyeballs. Okay, this meter reads microfarads. So we're interested, we want to see 5 microfarads between here and here. And I'm going to try to get these probes on here with one hand, which is more hands than the technician had apparently. And this 5 microfarad section, it's reading 352 nanofarads. To convert nanofarads to microfarads, you put 3 zeros on the left. So this 5 microfarad capacitor is reading 0.000352, or basically it's reading nothing. This thing is stone dead. But we don't want to tell the customer that she needs a $20 part. We need to tell the customer she needs a $1,700 motor. And that's how we work at IT Landis. Here's our receipt from the IT Landis Home Service Team, Harleysville, PA. No known physical address. Description of work. This fee covers our trip to the home. Any diagnostics are to be quoted and charged separately, $99 for him to show up. I think that's probably the industry standard. And here we go. Here is the separately charged diagnostics. This fee covers any visual or mechanical diagnostics performed. $89. Total, $188. The technician did no work. He showed up, he collected $188, and he left. He left the air conditioning unit in the exact same condition it was in before he got there. Next, we have the estimate of what it would have cost this customer to get her air conditioner working. Replace the outdoor fan motor, fan blade, contactor, and capacitor. $1,767. By replacing the capacitor during the repair, it would appear to the customer that the unit was actually fixed by replacing the fan motor. This deception seems to have been very carefully crafted. In my opinion, this technician probably knew that that capacitor was bad, since a bad start capacitor is the #1 cause of these problems. He probably had a whole carton of them on his truck, but instead of just throwing one in, it would have taken him less than 5 minutes. He decided to upsell her $1,767 by lying about the fan motor. Then he tried to upsell her a second time. He told her not to invest the $1,767 into the repair because her unit was in terrible condition. He suggested that they replace the entire condenser unit, but then he also informed her that they wouldn't replace the condenser unit unless they also replaced the furnace. So an inexpensive repair of a single cheap part has now turned into replacing the entire heating and air conditioning system and a home equity loan. You know, this is an older system. It's probably 20 or 25 years old, and it will eventually be replaced. But guess what company won't be doing the work? Why, that would be the company that lied about the fan motor. If you have any dealings with IT Landis, be very wary. I've been wondering what's inside here. So what do you say we cut it open and find out? So we had 2 capacitors, and they were in some kind of bath of grease, light grease, kind of like Vaseline, only, I don't know, just light grease. It's probably still good. But what's inside the capacitor? Now, normally a capacitor is just 2 conductors that are separated by an insulator. And normally it would be a strip of foil tightly wound into a tube. So let's see if that's the case with this. I've tied the foil to that fence, and I'm going to start walking with it. I wonder if I can put a stick through there. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got a piece of wire. There's still a bit to go on here. So I would say it's about 50 feet to the fence. So there's got to be 100 feet of foil on here. I guess we're almost to the end, and I'm at the other end of the yard. There you go, one 30 microfarad capacitor. They outlawed these plastic bags 4 days ago.